on the bypass, that is the bypass road, now being called Heroes Highway, and Mandela Avenue bypass, and so on. So this is Caneview Avenue in South Ruimveldt, Caneview Avenue, right? Some South Ruimveldt Gardens. That's looking north towards Mandela Avenue and center of the city. That's Caneview Avenue east into South Ruimveldt Gardens. Now over here, this building, this is in fact the Four Points Resort Hotel. So this is the 4 Points. We've been following construction of this building for the past year and a half or so. And I'm going to give you an update on it again. But let's take a look at what's happening here on this bypass road. It's now becoming a popular, well-used road, bypass road to get into the city, and it's eventually going to become crowded. In other words, traffic jams are going to fill out this road eventually. Why? Because that's what happens when you build new roads, right? The more roads you build, the more cars and trucks, vehicles in general, are drawn to these roads, to use these roads. Eventually the same traffic jam that the roads were invented or created to solve, traffic jam returns. Now, as I said in a previous video, and I said on other social media platforms, this, right, this pavement that I'm walking on, this was meant to be a railway line. So during the coalition government, when this road was designed, was planned, they had intended to run a light rail line up the middle of this road. However, the new government, the current government, converted this railway line that was supposed to be here into a concrete strip with street lights. And as I said in the previous video, if you don't build mass transit, you're going to eventually get traffic jams. So this is what the traffic jams look like now, coming off of the East Bank. Right, this is the East Bank bypass road. A lot of this traffic used to be on the East Bank public road, but now it's ending up here on the East Bank bypass, traffic into the city, and it's already jammed up now at what, 7:30 in the morning? About 7 in the morning. So the more roads you build, the more traffic jams you build. And I've actually seen this in a video, sorry, I've shown this in previous videos, but I've seen this in a book that I've read recently, a book on Robert Moses, who built all those highways in New York City. You know, the Belt Parkway and the Brooklyn Queens Expressway and the Long Island Expressway and Southern Parkway, Northern Parkway, you know, Jackie Robinson Parkway used to be called Interborough Parkway and Grand Central Parkway, and all those bridges up north of the city like Frog's Neck and the Whitestone and the Triborough Bridge, the West Side Highway, you know, all these were built by Robert Moses. And what they discovered is that Robert Moses was suppressing the construction of the Long Island Railroad, for example, and the subway in the city, because he thought that the answer to New York's traffic problems was more roads. And what they found is that the more roads they built, the more traffic jams they got. Even now, if you still live in New York City, you can tell them about the traffic jams. Right? You can tell our viewers about the traffic jams that still happen, even though you have all these parkways. New York has the most parkways and expressways running through a city in any American city, any major American city. New York has more parkways. And expressways than them all combined. And we're doing the same, making the same mistake here by not building light rail. This should have been a light rail road running up the center of this road. However, let's get back to what I'm talking about today. This is the Four Points Resort, 4 Points Hotel and Resort. The frame is still under construction, as you can see. And I think they completed the frame last year, sometime in November or December, so they might be waiting for arrival of the finishing materials to complete the construction of this resort hotel, 4 Points Resort. And up the road, you can see that building is supposed to be Sheriff Construction is building a mall, and that's their frame. I think this building here is also Sheriff's building. Sheriff is building a hospital, I believe, on this side, and a shopping mall distance. But let's get back to this 4 Points. So they seem to be building out the walls of the building. The distance you can see, I don't know if you can see clearly here. But they're putting in walls. They're putting in walls on that section of the building, the eastern end of the building. There's supposed to be a pool, I think, a swimming pool in the middle, and the space between. So there is some progress on this 4 Points Resort. Right, I can see there is some progress. There is some progress on 4 Points Resort. I can see that they're putting in some walls. But the major frame of the building has been completed. Frame of the building in white. And you can see they're putting in the steel girders that's going to hold the walls. That's already happening on the east end of the building. But this is going to be the 4 Points Hotel. It's going to be a massive hotel and resort with swimming pools and perhaps even shopping centers and so on the premises. On the other side, you can see it's also land that appears to be vacant, but in fact is being constructed on. So on the other street, the other side, there's construction going on. Right, there's major construction going on the other side as well. I think they've actually built this building. You can see in the distance. They constructed that building recently, like within the last 2 months. That's going up. But this is the East Bank Bypass Road, also known as Mandela Avenue Bypass Road, also known as Heroes Highway. And at the intersection with Peters Hall interchange, that's where the pool is located. I'm going to show you the pool in the next video, perhaps tomorrow. But for now, that's what's happening in this neck of the woods. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe and share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening here in the fastest growing country in the world, Guyana. That's right, the fastest growing economy in the world. And that's 4 Points Resort Hotel being constructed here at Houston and South Rumbek Island. Later!